¿Qué tal, amigos de Boxeo MX? Sean bienvenidos de nueva cuenta a su canal favorito, un nuevo video. A ver, pronósticos, predicciones, vaticinios acerca de David Benavídez contra David Morrell, próximo 1 de febrero, allá en la T-Mobile Arena de Las Vegas. En juego el campeonato mundial interino del CMB, que pertenece al Mexican Monster, a David Benavídez, y también el campeonato mundial regular de la AMB, de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo. Ambos títulos mundiales secundarios en las 175 libras, en la categoría de los semicompletos, van a estar en lisa, van a estar allí en juego en la pelea del México estadounidense contra el peleador cubano. Benavídez contra Morrell, Morrell contra Benavídez, gran expectativa, gran hypeo, gran expectación ha causado este combate, esta reyerta. Se dice que van a sacar chispas, que va a haber fuegos artificiales ese día, sábado 1 de febrero, allá en la ciudad que nunca duerme, en la ciudad del pecado, pero, Premier Boxing Champions, la promotora, organizadora de esta función, de este evento, le preguntó a 8 blogueros, analistas, expertos de boxeo, gente que tiene canales de YouTube importantísimos en los Estados Unidos, 7 estadounidenses y un analista de televisión como lo es Salvador Rodríguez de ESPN Knockout. Cada uno de estos 8 personajes dieron su predicción, su vaticinio para la pelea de Benavídez contra Morrell. Escogieron a su favorito y algunos dieron sus motivos del por qué escogieron pues a quién seleccionaron, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver esto, vamos a verlo y volvemos con los apuntes finales.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Najee from Cigar Talk, and I'm here to give you a prediction. The first one, the best fight of 2025 so far, David Benavídez versus David Morrell. Listen, what more can you ask for? David versus David, the Mexican monster versus the young hungry lion. This is truly a 50-50 fight. When I'm looking at it and breaking it down, I gotta give the edge to David Benavídez. I think David Morrell in his last fight, he showed some struggle against Hot Rod. I think Hot Rod's jab, his timing, his ability to move his feet, it gave David Morrell a different dynamic than we've had to see, and I didn't see the necessary adjustments that I feel it's going to take to overcome the volume and the intensity of someone of the ilk of David Benavídez. David Benavídez, he also had a fight which, you know, wasn't at his best at 175, but I thought he dominated the fight nonetheless with some hurt hands. So in my opinion, I have to go with David Benavídez by decision. But again, I could be wrong because this is a 50-50 fight, and I'm looking forward to this one.
In this fight between David Benavídez and David Morrell, you have two fighters who have speed, skills, power, undefeated records, and a real belief they can knock the other guy out. But I have to favor David Benavídez to win this fight because he has something Morrell does not, and that's championship-level pedigree and experience in 12-round championship fights. And I think that experience will pay dividends and make Benavídez a little bit the more savvy fighter. And it's asking a hell of a lot of David Morrell, who hasn't really lost a lot of rounds and never really been hurt as a professional, to have to navigate the kind of deep waters in what I believe will be a pitched battle for the first time in his career, have to navigate those kind of deep waters against a seasoned, in his prime professional in David Benavídez. And because of that, I have Benavídez winning this fight between rounds 7 and 10 by technical knockout, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's just part 1 in their careers facing each other.
February 1st, can't wait. One of the biggest fights this year, the Mexican monster, who got his nickname from none other than Mike Tyson, David Benavídez, youngest champ ever at 168, interim champ 175. I used to watch him at 11 years old, being in the gym with Manny Pacquiao. Then I watched him spar the likes of Triple G, spar the likes of Kelly Pavlik, and now he's fighting the very, very tough, also tremendous fighter in David Morrell. I'm picking David Benavídez by stoppage, late round, but it's going to be a great fight, must-see TV. It's not one of these fights where you can go to the kitchen, take a bathroom break, look at your phone, scroll, come back, and the fight's going on. Every second will be exciting. So make sure to tune in. David Benavídez, David Morrell. Elisek back, reporting.
Hello everyone, this is Chava Rodriguez from ESPN Knockout. David Benavídez versus David Morrell. We are ready for a feast festival next February 1st in Las Vegas. It's not an easy fight to predict, but I believe that the experience that David Benavídez get the last couple of years is going to be in his favor. So it's a great fight. It's not a surprise if David Morrell is winning, but I think David Benavídez is going to get the W in next February 1st. Don't miss it.
What's new, man? It's your boy Two-Tone the Superstar. Please say the superstar. David Morrell versus David Benavídez. I am going with the Mexican monster, David Benavídez. Get your hand out of my pocket! Too much experience. David Morrell has never fought in a fight of this magnitude. David Benavídez and went through Boo Boo Andre, Sweet Kayla Plant. We going David Benavídez on that one, and that's the Chilla Killers. Chilla Killers.
David Benavídez versus David Morrell, to me, is like a top 3 matchup you can make in boxing right now. These are two guys in their physical prime, and they're two guys that are just devastating, and it promises a violent outcome. I think Morrell's going to look to be damaging from the distance, and David Benavídez is going to look to get inside and break his opponent, and I think he's going to be successful because he's been successful versus everyone he's fought to this date. I'm going to take David Benavídez by stoppage in the 9th round.
David Benavídez versus David Morrell. Who do I have? I have the Mexican monster. Why? 3 words. Experience, experience, experience. David Morrell, he's 11-0. And if you were to try to name fighters on his resume, can't come up with many, right? So the pro experience isn't really there for David Morrell, but it's not that strange. We have seen fighters with very little pro experience make a huge splash as a pro. You think of the likes of Alexander Usyk, who became a unified cruiserweight champion, beating Benavídez with only 13 fights. You have Lomachenko, who was 1-1 when he beat Gary Russell, who was 24-0. And if you go back further, you have Leon Spinks, who beat the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. He only had 7 pro fights. But this is where the rubber meets the road, because those fighters, Usyk, he was an Olympic gold medalist. Leon Spinks, Olympic gold medalist. Lomachenko, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Now, David Morrell, he does have that great Cuban amateur background, that foundation, okay, as an amateur. And he's a southpaw. But David Benavídez, he just has more pro experience. He has the likes of Kayla Plant on his resume, Alexander Usyk on his resume, and Boo Boo Andre, who is a very slick, crafty, and experienced southpaw himself. I'm going to give the edge to David Benavídez in this fight.
Hey everybody, I am Kevin Ioli from KevinIoli.com. I really love this light heavyweight title fight on February 1st in Las Vegas between David Benavídez and David Morrell. Both guys are in their prime. Both guys are unbeaten. Both guys deserve to be right there at the top among the best light heavyweights. I am going to pick David Benavídez, though. I think Benavídez has more ways to win the fight. I think he can box, he can punch. I think he can make adjustments in the fight. And I think he's fought better competition. So I like David Benavídez to win what I think will be an excellent fight. I'm expecting him to take a decision. So Kevin Ioli says David Benavídez by decision. Thanks. Enjoy the fight.
Pues allí lo tienen, mis queridos educandos, mis queridos boxeólogos, mis queridos pusilánimes. 8 de 8 van con David Benavídez. 8 analistas fueron cuestionados acerca de esta predicción. Los 8 escogieron a David Benavídez para ganarle a David Morrell. No sé si ustedes lo sepan, yo también creo que va a ganar David Benavídez por un nocaut tardío en la pelea o por decisión unánime para mí, por una decisión pues bien ganada, digamos. No digo que va a ser fácil, no digo que va a ser cómodo para David Benavídez, lo que sí digo es que va a ganar de manera convincente. Esto es lo que yo creo. A ver, ya me he cansado de repetirlo, claro que puede ganar David Morrell, tiene las aptitudes, tiene las virtudes, tiene la pegada, sobre todo el alcance de brazos para poder dar una sorpresa, pero la lógica indica que el ganador será David Benavídez. Así es que tanto les molesta a los fans de Morrell, a las morrelocas que se hacen castillos en el aire, que se hacen un edificio entre nubes de algodón, tanto les molesta que uno diga que Benavídez va a ganar esta pelea, uno dando una simple predicción, un simple pronóstico. Pues ahí tienen a 8 expertos de boxeo, a 8 analistas diciendo que Benavídez va a ganar. Esto no es ninguna fantasía, ni lo decimos nada más porque sí. Esto viene pues respaldado por un análisis profundo, al menos en mi caso. Quiero creer que también los analistas de boxeo que escuchamos pues lo hicieron así, ¿verdad? Así es que Benavídez contra Morrell, no tenga usted dudas, va a ganar David Benavídez el 1 de febrero en la T-Mobile Arena de Las Vegas. ¿Puede ganar Morrell? Claro que puede ganar. Hay sorpresas en el boxeo, es el pugilato rentado donde todo puede pasar, pero, difícil, complicado, sucio, harto, complejo para David Morrell. Denle like a este video si les ha gustado, suscríbanse a Boxeo MX activando la campanita de notificaciones para que no se pierdan nada de nuestro contenido. Yo soy Arnold Salazar y los veré en la próxima.